Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to go through my whole week trading. So I recorded pretty much every day this week that I traded except for Tuesday because I live traded with my Discord team. I had 2 red days this week and 3 green days. Overall on the week I did make around $35,000 I believe. So I'll go through a few of the trades that I took. On average I probably take, if I have a good day, I would say on average no more than 4 to 5 trades a day. Anything over that, sometimes I'm trading very sloppy, so it really just depends. But on average I take about 4 to 5 scalps per day or day trades, whatever the case may be in that current market. So obviously I can't go through every trade that I took, but I'll go through the ones that I think were high probability setups and then a couple of the losses that I took as well. Hopefully this video isn't as long as I anticipate it to be, but I'm trying to keep it as short as possible, but really get all of that material and information in for you guys as well. I do just want to say before we get started that I know I've been very MIA on YouTube. Over the past few months, I've been going through some stuff personally, and I really wasn't in the right mind space to record videos and post for you guys. I want to post the best content on YouTube for you guys to be able to learn, and I just wasn't in the right state of mind to be able to do that for you guys. So I really do apologize for being so MIA. I promise I will stay as active as I can on YouTube moving forward throughout the rest of the year. I do also want to mention that most of the trades that I took from this week were either Amazon, Tesla, or SPX. So I do just want to apologize about that. Moving forward into the rest of the year and more videos that I post, I promise I'll keep it a little bit more diverse in the stocks that I scalp. I'll try to scalp some smaller cap stocks as well. So I do apologize about that, but this week was just kind of my week back into trading and fully focusing on it. So yeah, we'll definitely keep that in mind moving forward. That being said, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow my Instagram pages and Twitter for more. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so on Monday I took a total of 5 trades and I made $15,021. I have my little trading journal here. And I took 5 trades. 1 was a loss with Tesla and the rest were all profitable. So I'll go through a couple of them with you guys. My first trade here I have is Amazon, and I entered Amazon puts. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So my first trade was with Amazon at 931. So I was watching Amazon below 3,200, Tesla below 990, and SPX below 4660. Whenever I review my trades, I do like to pay attention to what levels I was watching and if I followed my trading setup or not. So my initial plan for Amazon was below 3,200. So this was the level that I was watching here. And I entered this trade really close to open. So it did break 3,200 really close to open. So you can see right here at 931, Amazon did break 3,200. Now, I did enter right at 931. So, hold on, this is not the video. So I did, so you can see here, this is my recording. So I entered Amazon really close to open. I entered it at 931. I didn't wait for the confirmation candle, which was my first mistake. And anytime that you enter a position right at open, even if it does break your level, you always want to wait for a confirmation candle because it is very risky trading at open because the market hasn't settled into its direction yet. So this was a higher risk trade. I entered this trade at 931 and I exited this trade at 935. I had a 3,200 put. The premium went from $50.50 to $56.84. So it was a huge premium move. And you're going to see me enter in just a second here. All right, so coming up here at the 3,200, I enter, and there you go. I entered at 931.40, Amazon 3,200 put, and the price that I got filled at was $50.50. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what it did there. So I had a couple levels after Amazon hit 3,200. Usually Amazon moves in $5 to $10 increments, so every $5 to $10 would have been a potential level on Amazon. I don't have this charted right now, but every $5 to $10. So 32.95 or 31.95, 31.90, and 31.80 were to be my next levels here. So you can see that Amazon did have a nice sell-off here. Good direction all the way down to around 31.40. I also entered Tesla at 9.32. Now this is the second trade that I'm going to go through with you guys, and this was actually a losing trade. So I entered Tesla here at 9.32. So I'm in two trades at the same time. This week I did get in multiple trades around the same time, which is not something that I usually do, but I did do that this week, and I think it kind of made my trading a little bit more sloppy. Like I said, I usually only trade one position at a time, but this week there was a few opportunities here and there, so I traded multiple positions at a time. But the issue was I wasn't able to lock Tesla when I was up because I was watching Amazon at the same time, and just watching two of those at the same time, I wasn't able to lock one or the other. Because you can see right here at this point, once I entered Tesla, I was up about $4 on the premium at the first initial candle up, or candle down, and I had a 9.90 put. So I was profitable on the trade at first. I just didn't have time to trade it, close the position, because I was also paying attention to Amazon. Here, Amazon made a nice move down. Like I said, my levels were every $5 down, so 31.90, 31.95, 31.90, and 31.80 would have been my levels here. I don't have them charted, but I don't have Amazon charted here. Nice trend below that 9-day EMA. NASDAQ was also holding below that EMA, and if I pull the NASDAQ chart up here so you guys can see what I was looking at the time. We're going to go to time frame custom. And here we go on the, so this was Amazon on 110. Nice move down with nice move down with the NASDAQ. The next strong level of support I had on the NASDAQ was 15,300, which is why I was so comfortable holding Amazon for a few minutes. You can see NASDAQ was approaching that 15,300 level of support right here, and Amazon's price action was very similar to the NASDAQ. I exited Amazon at 9.35, so I exited when I hit my 31.80 price target. So like I said, I had 31.95, 31.90, and 31.80s as my price target. You can see Amazon came down, hit that 31.80 price target at 9.35, and I locked all of my profit at 9.35. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video here. So right now it's 9.33, so I still have 2 more minutes left here. The premium chart here is a Tesla premium chart, but I just want you guys to see what I was looking at on Amazon's premium chart. The 9.36 candle did make a huge move down, but like I said, it hit all 3 of my price targets that I had set, and the last price target that I had set on Amazon was 31.80. Also, at the same time, NASDAQ was getting really close to that 15,300 level of support, so I didn't want it to bounce really hard there, and I didn't want to get caught in a retest, which is why I locked all of my profit at 9.35. It hit 3 of my price targets, and I didn't want to overhold this play. However, just looking at it right now, there was still volume there. NASDAQ was still making its move down to 15,300. I should have locked when NASDAQ got closer to 15,300, but this was a really good play that I took with Amazon, even though it was high risk. Overall, the play was a decent play, and you can see here I exited Amazon at 9.35, the 3,200 put, and I made $6,326 here. The premium went from $50.50 to $56.84. Big, nice premium move for a 3-minute scalp here. So really high probability play there on Amazon. It was a little high risk. Like I said, anytime you trade at open, you're going to have higher risk plays because the market hasn't showed you direction at that point. So for that Tesla play, let's see how that played out. Not so well for me. I entered this trade at 9.32 and I exited at 9.50. So here is Tesla at this is 110, yeah. So you can see it did make a nice move down. Now, because I was watching two plays at once, I wasn't able to lock Tesla, because you can see when I entered at 932, Tesla did make a nice move up, down, all the way down to 980, and that was actually my price target that I had set for Tesla. I wanted to enter at the break of 990, which I did at 932. And my target on this was 980. So it did get very close to the 980 level. However, I didn't lock here. I got very greedy with Tesla, and I ended up holding it because I thought the market would sell off. However, since this was a scalp and I had planned to scalp Tesla, I should have locked it at this 935 or 934 candle once it got close to that 980 level. I didn't end up locking Tesla. Whoops. I didn't end up locking Tesla until 950 after it broke back above this VWAP. So if my entry is a 990, usually my stop loss would have been a hold above 990, and you can see that this candle not only held above 990, but it also broke above VWAP. Whenever a candle breaks above VWAP, I do like to pay attention to that VWAP level, which is this purple line here, as a level of support and resistance on the stock. If the stock starts to trend above the VWAP, you're getting an uptrend. If the stock trends below the VWAP, you're getting a downtrend. So this was just I got a little greedy on this trade, and then on top of that, I was in another trade with Amazon, so I wasn't able to fully pay attention to both of those positions at once. Like I said, I exited this trade at 950 here once it broke the VWAP, and that held above the 990 level. On top of that, this was the 950 candle here on NASDAQ. NASDAQ still looked bearish overall because it was holding the previous low and the previous level of resistance here at 15,340. It's just that Tesla did not have bearish sentiment that day. You can see after the nice little drop on NASDAQ, the market reversed on Monday, and then Tesla just had bullish sentiment that day, so it just was not going to make the move down, and I exited at 950. I ended up taking a loss of $5,644 here. The premium dropped from $36.95 to $31.32. Alright guys, so in this video you can see where I locked Tesla. My screen stopped recording after a while and I didn't pay attention to it, but I'll show you in the other video. You can see here my Tesla play. I locked at 950 and I took a $5,600 loss on that Tesla play. So on Tuesday, I actually didn't record my screen because I was doing live voice trading. So sometimes I trade live with my team. So you can see I had live voice here on Tuesday. So I didn't actually record my screen, but on Tuesday I did end up taking a loss. I took 2 plays on Tuesday, or 3 plays I think. Overall on the day I was down $6,036, and my biggest loss was with Tesla, which I'm not going to go through because the overall market was really choppy on Tuesday. The Fed was speaking, so whenever Powell speaks or anyone from the Fed speaks, the market tends to be pretty choppy. He was speaking it earlier in the day, so we thought we would have market direction, but everything was retesting, rejecting. It was not really good plays on Tuesday, so it was very choppy market, and I did end up taking a loss on Tuesday, so I was down a total of around $6,000 on Tuesday. Wednesday I did record, so let's go ahead and take a look at my Wednesday plays. So on Wednesday, I made a total of $12,080. I took a couple trades on that day. I think one of the trades that I took was a loss with SPX, and the rest of them were profitable. We'll go ahead and take a look here. So let's go ahead and look at my game plan on that day. So my first trade was with Tesla. I had Tesla calls. This should be 1085, not 1185. So I had Tesla calls above 1085. It had a wick to fill to 1100. So that's really what I was watching. I was watching Tesla for that wick fill. And let me show you what the wick fill that I was looking for. I'm going to show you. So this is the wick fill that I was looking for on Tesla. So Tesla had this wick to fill here above 1085 all the way to 1100. So on this day, Tesla, it did make a move in the pre-market slightly close to that 1085 level. And the previous day, you can see here, it held below 1080, was not able to break, and that was the choppy day on Tuesday that most stocks are pretty choppy. You can see Tesla here chopped around, squeezed, no action there. In the pre-market, it did slightly make a move up, which is why I was watching Tesla that day, because it did make a move in the pre-market. And I was waiting for it to fill this wick up to 1100 above 1085. So that's the plan that I had for Tesla. Let's see if I followed through. Alright guys, so like I said, that was the wick fill that I was looking for on Tesla. So my initial plan for Tesla was calls above 1085, as you guys saw in the Discord. I had calls above 1085 for Tesla. And I entered at 933. As you can see, when I did enter at 933, the 932 was my breakout candle. 933 was my entry candle. Tesla did pull back, and I did get caught up in a retest. Now, my stop loss initially on this was 1080. So you can see here when I entered Tesla, I called it on this Discord. My initial stop loss was 1080. Now, I did change my stop loss because I did see that on the 15-minute, Tesla started to flag. So if I take a look here on the 15-minute time frame, oops, you can see Tesla started to flag on the 15-minute time frame. And on the 15-minute time frame, it was still holding its its 9-day EMA. On the 5-minute, still looks strong as well. And at the same time, NASDAQ didn't look bearish to me. So again, I'm going to show you, this is the 5-minute here. I'm sorry, it's the 5-minute here, pulled back to 1073. And that 1073 level was the pre-market kind of levels of support here as well. So let me show you guys NASDAQ. So this was the NASDAQ. So this was the NASDAQ on that day too. So the reason why I held this pullback is because whenever I watch the NASDAQ, I use the VWAP very heavily with the NASDAQ futures because it does significantly show whether the overall market sentiment is bullish or bearish. If the NASDAQ is trending above VWAP, bullish sentiment, below VWAP, bearish sentiment. And I do use it as a level of support and resistance for NASDAQ futures. And you can see why it kept Tesla as well. Not only was it flagging on the 15-minute, it was holding the pre-market low. I changed my stop loss also because the NASDAQ was approaching VWAP. And I wanted to see if the NASDAQ would hold that VWAP level because I didn't see strong bearish sentiment overall in the market. So this is why I held this big retest on Tesla. Mostly because of, one, the 15-minute did show signs of a bullish. That Tesla was flagging here. So, and this is a flag that I caught in on the 15-minute. It was a bull flag with pre-market action. So you can see here that I used the candles in the pre-market. Stock made a move up, bull flagged at open, and then continued up. So because of this bull flag, it held the pre-market low here. This candle wicked down to that 1073 level. On top of that, NASDAQ was approaching its VWAP. I was comfortable holding Tesla throughout this pullback here. So 15 minutes still look bullish to me. So let's go back to the 1 minute here. Whoops. So 15 minutes still look bullish. And I actually ended up playing this on the 15-minute time frame. I actually stopped watching it on the 1 minute because I saw the bull flag on the 15-minute time frame. That's what I was going to play it on. And you can see here, even in the Discord, I did post that bull flag. And I ended up watching that bull flag all the way through. And you can see here, perfect breakout of that bull flag afterwards, okay? NASDAQ also held that VWAP level, bounced back up, made a new high of day. Perfect hold here on VWAP. Nice little bull flag breakout. There's a couple things that I looked at here that were able to help me hold through this pullback and hold through the retest and not let go of my Tesla trade here. Perfect bull flag break. I ended up being very profitable on this. And let's go ahead and take a look at the video of my entries and exits. So like I said, I entered this at 933. I entered 1085 calls and I also entered 1100 calls because I did have strong bullish sentiment on Tesla to be able to fill that wick up. And I exited, my first exit was at 1025 and my second exit was at 1027. And I also exited my 1100 calls at 1027. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this is going to have to forward a lot of this. All right, wait, no. So here you go. Here was my entry. Sorry, guys. I get ahead of myself sometimes when I'm recording. Okay, here. So the 1033 candle here. Tesla starting to break out of 1085. Remember, that was my initial entry, the break of 1085. All right, we got a couple seconds to the 933 candle. Okay. 933 candle opens, holds at 1085, and I look to enter very soon. So I enter 1085s, and then I also enter 1100s and a couple seconds later, because I do want to hold the 1100s for a day trade because I had a strong feeling that Tesla would fill that wick. So like I said, I got caught up in that retest here as this 15-minute candle retested all the way down. NASDAQ retested that VWAP. I held this through the retest, and I ended up being profitable here. Like I said, I exited this. Where is this? 1025. So I'm going to forward some of this because I don't want to sit here and watch all of this. I also had to play on SPX that I entered as I was in Tesla. You can see this week, I don't normally do this where I enter multiple trades at once. And this week I did. So that just shows me that overall my trading wasn't like at the level that I'm usually at, because I'm usually very disciplined and I don't take multiple trades at once unless there's strong market sentiment. Market sentiment was pretty strong here, but I did end up taking a loss on this SPX play. So both times, or multiple times where I was in multiple trades at once, usually one of them ends in a loss, which is why I don't take multiple trades at once. But lesson learned this week. So let's move this forward. All right, it's around 10:17 here. 10:20, 10:23, 10:25. There we go. So, well, let me rewind this a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys a 10:25 candle on Tesla. So here, the bull flag breakout happens on this 9:45 candle. Like I said, my target on this was 1100 because I wanted Tesla to fill that wick. So I held this all the way through this move up. So I exited this at 1025 and for my first exit because it hit 1100, and then my second exit was at 1027 when I started to see a bunch of sellers sitting at that 1100. So I'm going to do the 1 minute and show you guys. So let's see here. So yeah, my first exit was 1025. Nice move up to 1100, was not able to break 1100, so I locked 80% of my profit there. And then my second exit was at 1027. It did start to make a move up above 1100, but again, there was some sellers sitting there and it had filled the wick. So once it fills the wick, that was the play that I was looking to take, and I would exit. So you can see here my entries and exits in just a second. All right, so I'm sorry. Anytime that I'm recording a video, my phone blows up so much. But any other time when I'm literally laying in bed not doing anything, no one texts me. So it doesn't really make any sense. But you guys just saw me exit that at 1025 on Tesla. On that first exit, I did lock $4,692 here. And you're going to see me lock the rest at 1027. Their premium went from $24.34 to $27.48. On this day, IV was really low on Tesla, and the premiums were not moving as much. Like, I caught a huge move on Tesla. It was like a $25 move, and the premium only moved $3, which is not typical for Tesla move. The premiums do move a lot faster, and when I looked, IV was actually really low on that day for every stock, and premiums were just not paying that day overall. So on that first exit, I only exited my 1085 calls. I was still in all of my 1100 calls. So because that was my target, 1100 was my target on those calls for it to go in the money. And you can see that once it did break 1100 here and it went into the money at that 1027, I did end up locking the rest of my position here at the top of this premium spike. And I think I did wait a little bit too long because nope, I got out pretty decent. fill on that. And I locked my 1100s and my 1085s on both of them. You can see here. My 1085s, I gained another $2. So my first exit was at 27.48. My second exit was at 29.55. A total of around $7,000 on that play. And then my 1100s went from $16 to $21. And I made about $2,300 on that play. And I actually sized down on the 1100s because obviously I didn't want to size up on those. I did take a loss on this SPX play, and also I forgot that my P&L on Wednesday had a swing that I took from Tuesday into Wednesday on Amazon. So you can see here I swung Amazon calls, and I sold them on Wednesday at 10:27, and I ended up making $4,500 there. So I made a total of $12,000 with a $2,500 loss on SPX, and then these were the profits that I made on Tesla and Amazon swing. So that's why I had $12,000. Else, without the Amazon swing, I would have only made, I believe, $6,000 on Wednesday. Okay, so that was Wednesday. Thursday, I made close to $15,000 on Thursday, and I'll go through two of the plays that I took. I don't think I took any losses on Thursday, but I'll double check the video. And then Friday I'll go through as well. So I'm gonna try and like speed it up because I feel like I have too many plays to go through. So the video is downloading right now. So let me show you guys my plan, if I had one, on Thursday, which was the 13th. Oops. Which was the 13th, I believe. Yes, Thursday the 13th. So had Tesla and Amazon on watch. They didn't have news. Amazon, I had calls above 33.40 and then puts below 32.90, and I actually took Amazon puts. Amazon puts below 32.90 had a wick to fill below to 32.29. I actually held. So my first play that I'm going to go through, I did hold Amazon puts for a really long time. However, I think I got caught up in a pullback. Amazon ended up filling that wick all the way down, and I caught a big play later in the day. I'm pretty sure that was Thursday because I had my biggest day on Thursday, and I'm pretty sure it was at Amazon. But you can see here, I had Amazon puts below 32.90. I had a wick to fill all the way to 32.29. So almost like a 50-point drop there. And then Tesla, I had Tesla puts below 1100, and I did take it below 1100. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. And again with Amazon, so this is what I did. The video is still downloading, so I'm waiting. So I did call my Amazon play that I'm going to go through with you guys. I took a couple Amazon plays, but one of them here when I called, the same thing happened with Amazon that did with Tesla. So I ended up, Amazon did pulled back to my level of my stop loss, but it also flagged again. So you can see a bear flag here. Watching the 5-minute, this is why watching higher time frames and multi-time frame analysis is so important, because when you're scalping and you're just watching the 1-minute time frame, you can get shaken out. So when you brought in your time frame that you're watching and you watch on the 5 and 15-minute, even with scalps, especially with scalps on the 5-minute, it allows you to be able to hold through retests in case you get stuck in one. And 2 days out of this week, because I use multi-time frame analysis, which sometimes I do not, I struggle with it sometimes, I was able to hold through the pullback. So you can see clearly here, Amazon made a move down, pulled back, bear flagged, pulled back right to that level of previous level of support that's now a level of resistance, pulled back perfectly, and then came right back down, and I ended up taking a win on that play as well, and I called that out really nicely there. So let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon on the 13th. Okay. So remember, my initial entry was below 32.90. Okay. And it had a wick to fill all the way to 32.29. And look at what it did. It filled it all the way down. It did take a really long time to fill it down, but it filled it down. And I caught it. So, all right, let's go ahead and go through this. All right, let's see here. So you can see in the beginning of the day it was kind of choppy, not a lot going on here, right here. Then Amazon started to make a move down here below 32.90, and this is a trend line that I have set on Amazon that I need to remove. Okay, made a move down to 32.90. You can see it wicked to that 32.90 right before open as well. And then let's take a look at the NASDAQ, of course, and see what it was doing on the 13th. And this was the NASDAQ on the 13th. All right, so this is the NASDAQ at open on the 13th, really choppy right at open until even around 10 o'clock. That's when we started to see direction, and NASDAQ broke below VWAP. Amazon broke below VWAP, and we started to see direction at that point. All right, guys, so here is the 13th, the video finally downloaded. I'm going to just, all right. So my first play, like I said, wasn't until around 10 o'clock when Amazon broke 32.90. And let's see exactly when I entered. So I entered at 10:05. So I entered right when it broke 32.90. So again, I didn't wait for a confirmation candle. I entered right at open. I'm sorry, I entered right at the breakout candle of 32.90. Even if I would have entered on the confirmation candle at 10:06 below 32.90, I would have still gotten caught in the retest. So, and then at 10:05, NASDAQ was starting to break below its VWAP. So my entry was perfect based off of everything that I saw. It just retested, which is completely normal. Even though NASDAQ was falling, you can see after it broke its VWAP, it was on a steady downtrend trend. It just took Amazon a while before it ended up reacting and it ended up being profitable. So let's take a look at the video. Okay, so 10:05 here. I'll have to enter on this candle soon. All right, 32.90 is coming down on Amazon here. It's at 10:05 candle. I'm waiting to enter. All right, there goes the 32.90 break. I entered at 10:05, put close to the end of that candle, so I did get a pretty shitty fill on it, but I ended up, like I said, getting caught in the pullback and retest. Now, if we go and look at Amazon, you can see that on the 1 minute, this does not look good. This just looks really, really messy on the 1 minute. My stop loss on this was 3,300. Sorry, that was my stop loss on it because that was the next strong level of support. On top of that, that was where the VWAP could, where it could all test all the way back up to its VWAP level. So 32.90 break, 3,300 was my stop loss. And we can see here, actually my stop loss here was 32.95, not 3,300. So my stop loss was 32.95, and even at that 32.95, NASDAQ never held and broke above, never held above 32.95. If I set a level here, none of these candles ever held above 32.95. So my stop was 32.95. My target was 32.80. I was still in it. Like I said, once I started to watch the 5 minute, you can see bear flag on the 5 minute, even though on the 1 minute time frame here, it's very, very choppy, very sloppy here, nothing for me to see. So we switch this over to the 5 minute time frame. Okay, 5 minute time frame, a lot cleaner here. Pulls back and then comes back down. This is your bear flag here. Retests to that 32.95 and retest that 9-day EMA. Okay, the orange line is the 9-day EMA, and stock continues down. I exited this trade. My first exit was at 10:32. My second exit was at 10:34. So I exited at the bottom of this candle. Okay, so right at the breakout of that bull flag, I exited at the bottom of this candle here, and you can take a look. So I'm going to forward some of this because we're not going to watch 30. In between that Amazon play that I took, I also took Tesla. I entered Tesla at 10:11 and I exited Tesla at 10:20 here. And let's see. So like I said, I didn't exit Amazon until 10:32. So I'm just going to forward some of this. All right, 10:31 here. All right, I did average down on Amazon. You're not supposed to do that, and my average down wasn't that much. But you're not really supposed to average down. So it wasn't the best time to average down, but I really did have strong bearish sentiment on Amazon, and I really did think sometimes you got to follow your gut on certain stuff, and I really had a gut feeling that Amazon was going to fill the wick down. So you can see Amazon's premium starting to pick back up here. I exit. Oh, I still have some time, so let me move this 1032. Okay, so I exit some of my position here at 1032. Premium went from $24.80 average to $26, and that's where I exited it. That was my first exit. My second exit was at 1034. The premium was at $25.50 when I exited at 1034. So it looks like I exited close to the end of this candle here. Okay, there we go. Made about $3,800 on my first exit. And I made about $700 on my second exit here. I exited the rest at 1034 at $25.50. I was still in my 3,300 puts because I did have 3,300 puts on Amazon. And I think the video cuts out after that. So I held my 3,300 puts on Amazon. Hold on, let me see what this video is because I had to split this into two videos. So I held my 3,300 puts on Amazon for pretty much a very long time. I don't even think I have it here. Oh, so I entered my 3,300 puts at 1013 and I exited those at 1055. The premium went from $29 to $33. And then later in the day, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's it. Yep, these are the plays. Oh, I'm pretty sure I caught Amazon later in the day and I just didn't record it because I may have made more than 15,000 on Thursday. I need to double check my P&Ls. But I'm just going off of what I recorded. All right, guys, so this video is getting a little long. I'll post some of my other trades that I took on Friday. Like I said, Friday ended up being down $2,000. I gave back a lot of my profits on Friday. But the video is getting really, really long, so I don't want to overextend it. Hopefully these plays kind of made sense, and me showing you guys entries and exits kind of made sense. I know I rushed through a little bit of it, and I'm kind of off on my YouTube game, so I apologize, but I'll get more, I'll post more of these more often for you guys, so hopefully they're helpful. Alright guys, so that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, any video suggestions you'd like me to make, go ahead and comment down below. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.